This week we're going to highlight corn planting progress and weather trends here in the U.S. and also continue to look at some concerning trends in the U.S. corn export market and wrap things up looking at weather trends in Brazil. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the month of May here, and of course that means it's time to plant corn here in the U.S. Let's start out looking at the short-term weather forecast. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Starting out here looking at a changing pattern over the next 1 to 2 weeks here. A warmer pattern is going to be surfacing, particularly in that western corn belt. Again, this is over the next 1 to 2 weeks as we move further east closer to normal temps. Now let's look at a changing pattern in terms of precip also. We're looking at a fairly stormy pattern beginning in about 3 to 6 days, looking ahead to this weekend. And it'll persist then for about the next 10 days. All that green area looks like it's going to get some off and on rains over the next 10 days. Let's quantify that now looking at precip over the next 7 days. Now this map is courtesy of National Weather Service as well as T-Storm Weather. You can see that the heaviest precip will be over eastern Kansas, Missouri, and southern half of Illinois. Moving into that northern plains, Minnesota and South Dakota, a bit more rain up there. But as we move further east then, lighter amounts in northern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. Now let's take a look at the backdrop here of U.S. corn production. Within that blue line, a moderate to high chance of at least an inch of rain in this area over the next 10 days. So that'll be something to keep an eye on as we move toward that middle of May. Let's now quantify planting progress here in the U.S. Let's take a look at our weekly map. The USDA on Monday pegged nationwide progress at 26%. That's right in line with the 5-year average. It is a double last year's pace, though, of 13%. Now let's look at the recent history of corn planting progress again here. We're looking at for 2023 at 26%. Now moving forward over the next 2 weeks on average, we see additional planting of about 33%. So around the middle of May, on average, we'll be approaching 60%. We're going to shift gears now to the export side. We highlighted some concerning trends last week, and we're going to revisit that this week, looking at the outstanding sales of U.S. corn. Now, as of the late April time period here, outstanding sales for this year are 181 million bushels, still below last year, after we saw another week of subpar sales reported in the export sales report. And there was some disconcerting news last week again as the USDA reported an additional cancellation of sales to China on April 27th. As a result, ATI lowered its annual export forecast 50 million bushels this week to 1.750 billion bushel. Let's now shift our focus to Brazil. Let's look at where the corn is produced in Brazil. As usual, 4 key states here: Mato Grosso, Goiás, Paraná, and Mato Grosso do Sul. For reference, corn is filling grain now in Mato Grosso, but in the vegetative to pollination stage in those southern states. Now let's look at precip over the last 30 days. Again, we emphasize that 2 years ago there was a drought. Look how much more moisture is, though, in 2023 compared to 2 years ago. So as we tape here in the first week of May, there are no real drought concerns in Brazil. Let's take a look at the short-term forecast for the next 2 weeks. Again, we're looking at that northern area as filling grain. It looks like they're going to get some good moisture to fill those kernels. As we move further south, again, vegetative to early pollination looks like normal to maybe slightly above in some cases. Point being, it looks like the Brazilian crop has full potential at this point in time. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn futures. Now, December corn, as we tape here on Tuesday, is trading about $5.20 a bushel. That's $2.15 below last year, but still 25 cents above the 5-year average for this time of year. We continue to encourage you to strongly work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to defend your balance sheet. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'd be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.